Market update on the 12th on this exhausting melt up day. Pretty much back and forth, ends up plus 0.36%. I thought today was pretty exhausting, but looking at the chart, I think that we are very close to the top. So if you look at this, I have my count right here. So I did change something right here. I think this probably is a first wave because it makes more sense that way. We have, I just didn't like how this fourth wave came back in here, but I guess it could be a beginning diagonal. So 1, 2, third wave up here. Sub counts on the lower time frame, we have 1, 2, and then within that we have 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the third wave, fourth wave, fifth wave here. So 1, 2, 3, fourth wave down here. And then this fifth wave is where it gets a little tricky. We got 1, 2, 1, 2, big wave for the third wave, fourth wave, and then a fifth wave right here. On lower time frames, you can probably see it a little bit better, but so 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3. So 1, 2, 3, pull back 4. And then we get into the top part. Let me go down on lower time frames. We have 1, 2, 1, 2. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pull back 4. Third wave right here. Pullback comes all the way into the second wave. I guess ending diagonal. Or we topped right there, but we do come up here and make a new high right here. So I guess this is technically, you go on the 1 minute time frame, you can't tell. There's no red candle, so you can't tell if this is impulsive, corrective, but it seemed impulsive to me. So right now I'm counting that as a fifth wave. I actually, during the time when this happened, I bought the pullback. I bought puts in the pullback at the 61.8% retracement, thinking that was a top. We fell basically $3 in like 15 minutes. So of course, like logically, you're thinking, oh, that's definitely the top. There's no way it's gonna go to a new high. What does it do? Next 30 minutes just goes to a new high. So based on that, I think that actually seems like a fifth wave, the way it just goes to a new high and then drops off. So I guess it's possible it could still be A, B, C, and then we go to another high. That's possible. I'm not 100% sure on this part, but yeah, I got stopped out of the puts here, and then this came down right here. And this right here looks like a beginning diagonal as well. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. So again, I have a label right here. I bought puts again here at the end of the day at 397.10ish, 397.17, basically the 50% retracement. If we come up here tomorrow, they have bank earnings tomorrow. Let's say we do get a pop higher, maybe around 397.50. I'd probably add to my position as long as it's underneath here and under the 0.78 fib. Again, the stop would be around 398.50. I got stopped out so many different times buying puts today. But we're in the supply zone, and so I was fine with taking the risk. And I basically, like, I think I ended up actually making a little bit of money because I made money on the very start of the day. We dropped like to 392.90 or whatever, and I made some money on that move right there. But then I got stopped out a bunch, basically broke even on the day. Terrible day to trade, in my opinion. I didn't like trading this at all. Like, I'm not trying to go long in a supply zone. And then every single time we got a drop, it went to new highs. So not the best day to trade, but I bought this right here, puts. I'll stop out again if we can break this high again, because you never know. We could be going a lot higher. Could be going to this trend line here at 480. So this is kind of iffy right here. We'll see what happens. I'm in puts, stop above the high. But this looks like it's potentially complete if this is not the fourth wave over here. If that's the fourth wave, then we're looking at probably a 400 test, I would say. And I drew some trend lines over here. I'll zoom out. So we have the trend line just from the top of this move. Came through, we broke it a little bit right here, but hit the top of this. That's one trend line that we can look at. That's around 400. And then the long-term one right here, all the way from January. That's a little bit off. So we have this one as well. And that would be right around, that would actually be, yeah, right around 400 as well. So those are two places we could go if we get another move higher. I won't be surprised if we get like another short pump tomorrow to finish this. But if you look at this wave also, it's all green candles, and I counted 5 waves potentially. So this red wave might be the signal that we have hit the top. We'll find out tomorrow what happens, but that looks like the most likely count. Let's just see if it works out with the parallel lines. This is not going to work out actually, because, oh, actually maybe it will. Yeah, see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Fourth wave comes in between here. So I think, yeah, we're definitely in the 5th wave. And if I was using my retracement tool, then I would say we well hit the target of the 0.61 and 0.5 fib. We actually hit exactly, I think. If you can move all my lines out of the way. No, not exactly. Came close to the 0.78 fib. So on the daily time frame, we finished at 396.95, and we are below the 200-day moving average. Everyone was going crazy. We got above it. We finished below it. And look, the 20 is still below the 50-day moving average. Still bearish. This is not bullish at all. Still bearish. But it still could go a little bit higher tomorrow. We'll watch that trend line right there. Another thing I was looking at, I put the trend lines there. I was looking at this pattern right here. We have W, and what if this is actually A, B, C, D, and we get an E wave up here to 403, and then we drop. I don't know, that was just something I'm looking at. That would mean, so this one hit right here on this trend line, that would mean we're going all the way up to 403.50. So we'll see, maybe the bank earnings will propel it for one more move higher to 403.50, but my count is pretty much finished. But then again, a 5th wave can go as far as it wants, as long as the 3rd wave is longer. So we'll see what happens on tomorrow. That's pretty much it on SPY. Let me know if you have a different count in the comments or what you think about that. The dollar broke down, but it's still holding right here at 101.30. We have the 50 crossing the 200, so that's pretty bearish. And the 20 has already crossed the 200. Both are very bearish. So right now, I'm starting to question my 4th wave analysis on this. Let's just go to lower time frames and look at this. And actually, I think this is starting to look more like a 5-wave move. So we have that would make it even more bearish. So we have 1, 2, and then we have, let's see, it looks like, let's see, this is potentially 2 over here actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, A, B, C, 4, and a 5th wave down here. That does not look good for being bullish on the dollar, because this looks like a 5-wave move. So that, you know what that means. That means that we could get something like that, but this might make me change my opinion on the dollar, unfortunately. So we'll have to see how that goes. If this is a 5-wave move, which I think it looks like it is, let's zoom in here and just see where we're at on the 5th wave. So, pretty sure there's a 2nd wave right here. Saw it before, yeah. So we have the dollar is so hard to, sometimes the moves are so weird. They're kind of, alright, so I see 1, 2, and really I see a 5-wave move right there. But then there's no bounce at all. 1, 2, I guess there is, never mind. We got 1, 2. This is most likely the 3rd wave right here. Let's see. 1, 2. It just looks weird on this time frame. There's probably a small little 2nd wave in here somewhere. I meant after this. I mean, it's just 1, 2. It looks like 3 to me. Without going in too far in detail, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we start falling again. So again, this is actually for 1, 2, 1, 2. The dollar might be close to getting bottomed. Might bottom here, and I'm not going to do too much more on this right now, but it looks like a 5-wave move to me. And if that's the case, then we are looking for either a B wave bounce, which is probably likely, and I wouldn't be surprised even if it is a 5-wave move here. I think the most likely scenario is A, B, C, something like that. Again, I don't know, but I don't think that this is a 5-wave move to start a new 5-wave move down. Meaning, I don't think we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down. If we did, that would be extremely bullish, but I think it's more likely we get a B wave and a C wave lower, potentially just a flat. And if it's a flat, we're going to get a pretty big move down. And so that still could be bearish for the overall market. And I think this 5-wave move is very close to ending, just like SPY is close to topping on this move as well. So I'm looking for a reversal in the dollar, reversal in SPY soon. The only one that I think is potentially bearish are yields. So yields, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5. So that's A. So maybe the yields are just a little bit more farther along in the process, but it looks to me like we're going to get something down here to probably 3%. Maybe 2.98 was what I came up with. That would happen potentially on February 14th. So if yields are going down still, that should be bullish to an extent for equities, but at a certain point it becomes bearish right now it's pretty bullish. Let's go over Tesla. Tesla was like pretty flat for the most part. Yeah, 0.28%. And the pattern is let's see, we got I think that Tesla it looks like it's starting a 5-wave move higher maybe. So we got A, yeah, this is ABC right here. We zoom in. So we got ABC, B, and then a 5-wave move. And then we get this move as well. Looks like WXY right here maybe. And then we are starting, I think, a 5-wave move to potentially end this. So this would look like 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 maybe. 3rd wave, 4th wave, and a 5th wave higher. That's what I see on there. For a 3rd wave, I'll be looking for maybe 125 to 126, and then pull back, and we'd be looking for let's see how far it would pull back. Probably pull back to 124, and target, like I said yesterday in the video, 128 to 129, right around the 20-day moving average, same thing as yesterday. So I think Tesla is getting close to completing its move, just like SPY. Dollar is getting ready to start bottoming. Yields can keep on going lower. Last thing to look at, let's look at QQQ. I guess 2 more things, QQQ and Apple, and we'll be finished. And we'll see what happens tomorrow. Could be a little bit more upside, could have already topped. We will find out tomorrow. But I am not in the camp where I'm like super bullish now. I mean, you look at the dollar too. Even on like the weekly time frame, it's getting close to oversold. Daily, I think it's basically oversold on the daily time frame. So if we almost completed a 5-wave move, you got to think the dollar is probably going to at least bounce to, let's say it only bounces a little bit. Even if it bounces to 0.38 fib, that's 107. Last time we were at 107 was, I guess it was in August, so that was pretty bullish. Regardless, if a dollar bounces, then we should get a move down in equities. So QQQ, same move as SPY. So I'm guessing the exact same chart. I haven't been charting it as much lately, but it's a little bit different though. So it's actually pretty easy right here. This is a B. Let's see, move in here. I'm guessing there's a first wave right here. Or kind of a weirder, zoom in more. Strange. It looks more like just randomness than SPY. SPY has a pretty obvious like first and second wave. This one, and this is not, this is ABC, B. So maybe this is actually, I mean, to me it looks like ABC. It doesn't look like a 5-wave move, but maybe if I go down on like very smaller time frames, we're at 278.94. There is a supply zone here at 283. I've had that marked for a while, so that's something to look into. Yeah, supply zone here at 283. Maybe QQQ with Tesla and Apple is going to come up here a little bit higher to 283. That makes a lot of sense. That would be almost a 2% more higher into the demand zone or the supply zone, and then we could drop. But it looks like a DXY move to me. It doesn't look like a, I don't know though, right now. Just looking at it on the top of my head, it doesn't look as impulsive as me, but obviously this is an impulsive move. So maybe this is actually just a second wave right here, and we are in the middle of a third wave. Let's look at this even more. And this makes me think that SPY is probably going to go up higher. We have Tesla needs to go higher. The dollar is bottoming, but I think that, yeah, we probably have one more push higher for QQQ, SPY, Tesla, all of them. Apple, last one to look at, and then we're finished. So yeah, we're probably going to get a 400 test, I would think. I'd be surprised if this drops before hitting its supply zone. So Apple, negative on the day. Interesting. I didn't look at this all day. So same pattern as QQQ basically, except for this looks like it's a 5-wave move maybe. It actually hit. Yeah, it hit the supply today actually, and it stopped and came down. So again, it's got to break above this supply zone right here at 136.10. If they can break that, then potentially come all the way up here to 141. We'll see tomorrow what it's going to do, but I think that everything, basically just looking at everything, I think everything's got a little bit more upside potentially, or maybe QQQ will just come up here in the morning real quickly, and or maybe in the next couple of days, and SPY may come up here to this trend line right up here. But I counted 5 waves, so we'll see what happens. Is there another 5th wave higher, or to be top already? Let me know in the comments what you think. Like and subscribe for more updates. Trying to figure out the waves of the market. Sometimes it's tricky. It's been pretty tricky lately. But that's it. Have a good night.